Hello.
Aloha. We just realized that it's quite dark now, but this episode, will be just called dark episode.
Darker. Light is fading.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that we will talk about the dark things.
No, we
No.
are talking about, it's actually fitting that at the end of this day, we are talking about the end of our stay. You know, we are talking about our stay here in Hawaii,
Yes.
and we are nearing the end of our stay. We're leaving tomorrow after spending here, how many days have it been? We arrived on the 18th,
30 days.
so it's already,
Yeah.
and now it's 18th, so it's 31 days already.
Yes.
We will have 32 days on Hawaii and 3 days of traveling.
Yes.
That will be our 35-day journey.
Mm.
It's quite a journey to travel to this distant place, magical place.
I think this time is about numbers because we slept probably 27 nights on the beach, just under the sky.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
most nights we spent on the beach, and this was absolutely
Exploring the Hawaiian beaches, the
Really,
beaches
yeah.
of Maui and Molokai.
yes, and it was an absolutely brilliant experience. There were a few times that it might have been thought about being slightly difficult. You know, the sea came.
Yes, I
And,
see.
and-
Actually, took our mattresses a little bit.
Yes, one night we slept under the full moon, and we slept in a place that had been quite safe last time we slept there.
Yeah.
But we didn't realize that, of course, on the full moon, the tides are much higher. So the tide came and swept into our faces. We were woken up in the middle of the night by this.
Yeah.
But other than that, it has been just absolute dream. Sleep on the beaches, wake
Yes.
up with the sun, go to sleep when the sun is down, wake up to the birds singing before any person arrives on the beach, or spending the night on beaches where nobody ever comes to.
Yes, escaping from the guardians of the beach.
Yeah, well, we also had run in at least twice into people who didn't feel that this was such a good idea, that we were sleeping on a beach on somebody's property. Or,
Yeah, but it was just a few moments like this. Generally, the people here are just amazing. They not really see the negativity in
Yeah.
anything.
I remember when we slept on somebody's private property, we didn't realize it, and we slept there. We were looking for a place and didn't find any place. Finally found some small spot under a tree, and then we had actually were sleeping in a fish pond, or on the beach of a fish pond. And when the tide came in, it came almost to our tent. And then in the morning, what was it? 5:30 or 6.
Yeah.
This old man came and wanted to know what we were doing on his property. And then we said, oh, okay, we didn't know, la la la. And he showed us a sign that said that it was private property, no trespassers, or kapu, we shouldn't be there.
Yeah, kapu, just respect the private property.
Yeah, but we explained that we had arrived in the dark and hadn't seen the sign, and so he just said, "Okay, come, I'll give you coffee. Come."
Yeah, he just showed us the sign and said, it's totally fine. Yeah, and invite us for a coffee. So thanks to this sleeping on the beach and this experience, we also meet a very native person from Molokai, who also told us a lot of stories.
Yes.
It was a very nice experience. Yeah, so from these, sometimes moments of fear, something nice.
Yes,
It's just,
I mean,
yeah.
there was never really anything that brought us any kind of well, trouble.
No,
I
it
mean,
was
I mean, these,
absolutely.
these I think we can maybe say 3 moments where there was something that was not as it should be, but we were always met with kindness and aloha. And I think it was also because we exuded the same. We greeted everyone with aloha, and we're always, yeah.
Yeah, we always approach people with this positive mood and aloha, and probably we also emanate with some kind of happiness because we could be really in this warm country for just escaping from Europe a little bit. But our main reason why we came here, we wanted to know each other more, and we wanted to experience this Hawaiian wisdom in very natural way, not paying for expensive accommodation, just be in nature.
So we have really found ways to stay in connection with nature,
Yes.
and we have also one of the things that we came here for was to go to Molokai, was to be there, not only because Molokai is the least visited of the Hawaiian Islands and is the least transformed by tourism, but also because so many stories are from Molokai about how the shamans or the kahunas or the masters of chants and healing and prayer, how powerful they were on Molokai.
Yes.
And that whole armies were defeated by prayer alone.
Yeah.
So we wanted to see if we couldn't find somebody who could teach us on Molokai. And it was really absolutely magical how we, on our very first day, met with Kumu Paenui Lawrence.
And Kumuhula,
Kirian.
Kirian.
Yes.
Yes, so the beautiful experience to meet this person who really teaching very traditional way.
To approach this Hawaiian wisdom.
Yes.
And it really enriched our understanding.
Enrich also our knowledge about what we want to share with people in Europe, how we want to teach, and
Yes.
for what we want to be more sensitive.
Yes. And I think our teachings will become better because of this.
Yes. So it is good to experience this change, in teaching. So you can have a different perspective also. Lawrence and Kirian told us about different way of understanding the Hawaiian culture and different way of teaching, and it was quite challenging for us for the beginning because you really weren't expected this different way of teaching, but at the end I think because we spent with them almost 2 weeks, we almost processed this, and it's quite reasonable and understandable now.
Yes, this oral style of teaching,
Yeah.
traditional way of teaching, of listening and listening again and listening again and understanding.
And paying attention.
By paying attention, by hearing the same story told in a slightly different way again and again,
And again.
and then you understand. And you understand it in a deeper way than if you had just read it in a book, or if you had just been told about it once.
Yes. And also about Hannah doing work, because without doing work, without practicing like we're doing in Lomi, we can't really access this fully, this understanding.
Yes. And for example, this that for it to be authentically Hawaiian, it has to begin and
Yes.
end with prayer.
Yes.
We have to pray and we have to thank. Because we need to be connected.
Yes, and only when we connected we can receive this guidance from our ancestors, from our elders, from our families,
From our
from higher being.
higher beings. So, so this was quite important to understand that these Hawaiian practices that we have been taught, they do not exist in a vacuum.
Yes,
They are part of a tradition that is quite spiritual and has very deep meaning,
yeah,
and can actually profoundly affect the way you see life.
yeah. It's like coming back to your roots. Maybe not everybody experienced this. Yeah, I was born in communist time and it was difficult, but my grandmother always, when I was observing my grandmother, I saw like how difficult is her life, but by observation of her life, I also learned how to be strong and how to face the difficulties. Not avoiding these difficulties, but just fronting sometimes what seems to be impossible.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's quite important to coming back to our roots and also ask for support our ancestors,
Yes.
which are not longer with us, but they still are somewhere else, and they watching us. They don't want to really wish us bad things. They're always supporting us.
Yes. And it's the same. I mean, there's so many things that were evident from the way that Kumu Lawrence talks about the ancestors and how the source is always, where does your teachings come from? And of course it comes from your grandparents, from your parents, from your teachers, from your surroundings,
Yes,
from the environment that you grew up in.
yes,
And all these things together is what makes our knowledge, our teachings.
and build us up.
Yes.
And because we almost become completely dark,
Yes.
and this almost 15 minutes of our recordings, we want to also express our gratitude to you to watching this podcast. Darkest podcast.
Yes, and I think we will continue with this when the sun is again up.
Yeah, so thank you very much, and just have a look for this beautiful view of the sky. Ahui ho.
Ahui ho. Aloha.
Aloha. Wish you all the best. Bye.